What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Marquita Show podcast. If you are not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell so you get notified every single time that I post. And so we're going to jump into today's video, which is going to be a little bit different, a little more personal for me. But with the recent events that have been going on with Will and Jada, it's like the new it thing. I decided I would tell my story. Yes, I too was in an entanglement as well. So we're gonna tell you a little story time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to leave comments below if you have a story or if you have a link to a video where you've shared your entanglement. Please feel free to leave the link in the comments down below. But let's go ahead. Okay, first off, I want to say that the names have been changed to protect the people involved. So these are not their real names. These are some names that I just simply made up to protect their privacy. So let's begin. We're going to call the guy, let's call him Dan. Does Dan sound nice? I don't know. I'm not good at names. So we're going to call him Dan. So I met Dan. It was an interesting situation. My son, he played football. This guy was a coach. And so we kind of hit it off. We talked, we started dating, things developed and we took it to the next level, and we were kind of in a relationship. I would say probably about 2 years in is when it got rocky and became an entanglement. But I remember the exact night I found out there was somebody else in the picture. And I remember it because it was my dad's birthday dinner. We were at Longhorn. It was me and my siblings, and I think a couple of my aunts were there. And we were having a birthday dinner for my dad. And, me sitting there, I check my phone a lot. So I just get on Facebook, strolling. All of a sudden, I see a picture of who I call Dan. So I see Dan here. It's him and two other guys, and then there's 3 girls. So I'm thinking, 3 guys, 3 girls. That looks like a date to me. In the world that I come from, that sounds like a triple date. But anyway, so I read the caption, and it just so happens to inform me about what's going on. And my inclinations were right. It was a triple date. So immediately I'm like infuriated, but me being the person that I am, like, I don't say anything. I just let it fester and like build up, and then I just go like on the attack and like kill people. But so I sat there and I'm just like thinking the whole time, I can't concentrate. It's my dad's birthday, and I'm just like, this Negro, really? How are you supposedly in a relationship with me, but you're going on dates? I didn't know that was a thing. So the next day, he calls and calls and calls. Meanwhile, my friend, she saw it. She DM'd me. I was like, girl, you late. I already peeped game. I already saw that. Thanks for, trying to give me the heads up and be the friend that you are. But I'm on it. I'm on it like Scooby-Doo. So, yeah. But anyway, so he calls me the next day. I think he calls me multiple times. So I finally pick up, listen to the bullshit explanation, which is, oh, we were just friends. We just all decided to go out. But I'm like, the caption said triple date. So I'm a little confused. So, okay. So I let it like kind of smooth over a little bit. And I was like, okay, well, maybe nothing happened. Me being the kind of person that I am, I'm like, it's just a picture. It's Facebook. Maybe you got talked into it, right? Like, we've all been talked into stuff by friends that we really didn't want to do. And we've always been, like, put in, compromising positions. So I was like, shit happens. So I think about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so I kind of, I guess, forgive him. And we start back talking. And next thing I know, like, it just kind of gets interesting because I'm not invited over to his house as much, which I was like, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe situation going on. And then I remember him saying something about his daughter possibly moving in because of a situation that was going on with her mom, and she wasn't liking it. So it was possible that she was going to move in. But so it just started changing, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. And then I remember one night, I think he tried to talk to me about something, and he couldn't get it out. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? What do you want to tell me? Like, it was like the middle of the night. He was like, I need to talk to you. And so we met up, we drove around, and I don't know. It was really weird. At the time, I was like, okay, this seems really weird. But okay, I guess he never said what he wanted to say. Come to find out, he moved the girl in with him. And that was the reason why I wasn't allowed to go to his house anymore. So imagine finding that out. Now, mind you, I was not young at the time. I'd say I was like 26, 27 maybe, around that age. So I kind of knew better. I had been around the block. And I was like, okay, so you moved the girl in. His explanation was because she had nowhere else to go. And I'm talking to the men right now. Tell me, how many women, because they had no place to go, you had a significant other, how would you explain moving that woman in your house without talking to your girlfriend at the time? Just moving another woman that you had already said, oh, we're just friends. How do you explain moving her into your house because her and her kids had no place to go? Now, I'm a kind person, but I'm not that damn kind. I'm not moving no man and his kids or whoever in my house. I'll help you get a place to stay, but I'm not moving your ass in. So he fed me that line, and I'm just like, okay. But then, like, it just started coming out that he was actually dating this girl. They were dating. And so I went from what I thought was the main chick to the side chick. Don't know how that transition happened. Didn't even know it was possible. But I got somehow in there, I got transitioned to the side piece. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And so the weird thing is, and I will never forgive myself for this, is I did a lot of stuff that I am not proud of, that I talk about people for doing. And I was doing it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell am I doing? Am I losing my goddamn mind? Do I care for this person that much that I'm willing to sacrifice my integrity? Like, this was just all out the water. We would duck off. She worked at night, so we hook up at night. We go to different places. And we just, like, all of our stuff happened after she went to work. And I found myself saying, Marquita, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why would you, like, I would never, at least that's what I told myself, would never do anything like this, especially be so backstabbing to another woman. But the thing is, I had a chip on my shoulder. I'm like, well, I was here first. Now, mind you, this is how I'm rationalizing this shit. I was here first. I deserve this. Why am I getting thrown to the side? And a lot of emotions were going through, and I'm like, how the hell, like, am I not good enough? Am I not perfect? And he also had this thing about, he had a weight limit. Now, mind you, I'm not thin. This girl is like pencil thin. So Dan liked them skinny mini, and Sharon was very skinny mini. So anyway, and that's not her real name. Her real name is not Sharon. This is her name is changed for the sake of this video. But yeah, so she's very skinny. So I'm looking at myself. I'm evaluating myself. Am I good enough? Am I not small enough? Am I not, is my hair not right? And so I'm starting to question everything. And I'm doing stuff that I vowed I would never do. Sneak around with somebody else's man. Oh no. Then he made the point that he wasn't enjoying her. She meant nothing to him. He wanted her out the house. He only brought her in because she didn't have no place to go and she had kids. So he was like, I'm trying to get her out. You know, and eventually she does move out. And so what do? Oh, yay, I won, right? Didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. And that's the honest to God truth. It didn't feel right. So we tried to work it out. And the weird thing is we had a better time when she was in the picture because we were doing something we weren't supposed to do. And it kind of was like a thrill of the chase. Like, oh, we're not supposed to do this. We may get caught. Oh my gosh. Like, that was a thrill. And then once that was eliminated, like, the relationship just went downhill, and it was based on a rocky foundation. So it was like, it got to the point where we were constantly arguing all the time. I was always bringing her name up. And it was just ridiculous. It was an unhappy situation for the both of us. So eventually I just, cut him off. I said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm over this. It wasn't right to begin with. And so I just deuced out. And then come to find out, like, I think, I don't know, a few months ago, I checked his page because I heard a little information. I heard that they got back together. Good for them. Y'all, picture perfect. Go together. Hope y'all happy, whatever. So I heard, and so I went to look at his page because this dude is a liar. I caught him in so many lies during the time it wasn't even funny. And I was like, I went to check his page to see if it was true. And I was like, I did all of that just for him to go back to her. I lost dignity. I lost pride. I did shit that I wouldn't have never did. But, you know, I did it. I owned up to it. I'm waiting on my karmas because, hey, karma's a bitch and it's probably coming for me for the shit that I did. But I just say all that to say this. Like, I did all that, and for him to only go back was a slap in the face. So I was like, I shamed myself for no fucking reason. So I went to check his page. I'm blocked, y'all. I'm blocked, which is fine. Whatever you have to do, that's cool. And so yeah, that was an interesting situation. I hope to never get myself in another situation like that, but I can't promise you. But I have stepped up my game. I'm protecting this heart of mine right here. And the weird thing is I saw her. This was like a few months ago, I think. I saw her in the grocery store. And the funny thing is, we never encountered each other, but somehow or another, she knew who I was. And she actually asked me, she spoke to me. She was like, do you know who I am? And I'm like, yeah, I know who you are. And kind of gave her like, yeah, I know. Like, yeah, I know. Like, it happened. We did what it did. And this was like, what? 2 years ago. This situation happened like 2 years ago, and I saw her a couple months, and it was still on her mind, which I find funny because I feel like even their relationship is built on a rocky foundation. Like, if you don't have trust, then you don't have nothing. So, you know, I'm not wishing any bad on their relationship, but you just gotta be careful because I feel like the same thing that happened with me is probably gonna happen with her. But, you know, she didn't learn her lesson. I learned mine. I've moved on. I actually have a wonderful gentleman. He's awesome. He does everything for me. I'm not a housewife or anything, but anything I need done, anything I need taken care of, I get taken care of. I'm loved. All of that. And the funny thing is, well, not really funny. The guy's old enough to be my dad, but I love him. He is awesome. He does everything for me, and I couldn't ask for better. So, moral of the story about these entanglements: be careful. Just be careful, people. You never know what you're getting into. And when you see them signs, you better run. Because there were so many signs in this situation, entanglement. I should have just ran. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I should have just ran. The signs were there. Next door. But no, I stayed in this shit for like 2 years. Dealt with heartache and pain. I cried. And it was just horrible. I don't recommend it on anybody. Entanglements can be a sticky situation, in case you didn't know. Well, anyway, guys, that is my story. I would love to hear you guys' story. So do me a favor, make a video, #myentanglement storytime, and then go ahead and post that link in the comments so I can check it out and see how your shit went. Because mine didn't go too good. I don't think entanglements go too well anyway. But whatever. As always, guys, I'm rambling, so I'm going to get out of here. As always, peace and love, one vibe, one tribe. Deuces.